All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Raiderland World Headquarters. We got a big show for you. Texas Tech softball in action, leading bottom of the second at Florida State, 1-0 in Women's College World Series regional semifinal action, or the regional, super regionals, we should say. We will visit with you tonight about that. We'll keep up with that with you. We will watch it together. We will enjoy the moment together tonight, and it'll be wonderful. It'll be awesome. Also, underrated, right? Thursday, the overrated sports dynasties of all time. Any sport, college or pro, the underrated dynasties that don't get talked about enough, and the ones that are rated right. And then, as we told you a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, the whole Trump Sports Commission with Cody Campbell and Nick Saban wasn't going to happen, wasn't going to do anything today. They kind of come back and say, we're not going to do anything on that. No shock and no problem if you're a Tech fan, because this is where I diverge with Cody Campbell. One of the few times I would probably disagree with him, that I didn't want that commission to happen. I don't want Congress to be involved. I don't want the president to be involved. The path is clear for college sports going forward. Hi there. Look at the NFL. Fix it like that. So all that, in the college football playoff, people said, we're going to seed 1 through 12. Great. Expand to 16. It'll be good. Let's get your comments in, your thoughts in. We had a lot of Tech baseball discussion last night. If you still have some interesting thoughts on that, fire away. Get in your comments right now on the comment line, on the chat line. Thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street, your grocery store. It is summertime. They've got everything you need for summer grilling, making it great for Memorial Day coming up, burgers, anything you need. They've got it. I mean, you can go there and you can get your charcoal, your lighter fluid, your burgers, lettuce, tomato, pickles, Heinz 57, all those things waiting for you at Market Street. There is one grocery store in Lubbock that supports Texas Tech and puts their name on stuff. There's another big one that sends your money down south and puts your money on a name and a scoreboard in Austin. Let's do it in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You started your day with us on the website, checking out the Raiderland morning hot links. Fresh, hot, awesome, great. You go there every day, because you're going to get the coolest stuff out there. We're also brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. Kevin McAlpin, ready to help you feel your best this summer. Maybe you've made a commitment to get in shape, hit the gym, do everything. And maybe you're, not 18 years old anymore, and you get in the gym, you start feeling like, man, this back hurts and everything else. Hey, he's going to help the, not just the weekend warrior, but the guy who wants to get in shape this summer. Kevin McAlpin can help you get through that. South Plains College, great supporter. The road to Raiderland runs through Levelland. They've got cool stuff for the kiddos this summer. They've got art camps and fun things like that. Check out their Facebook page. We link to it on theraiderland.com. But South Plains College is a huge partner of what we do in Raiderland, and really a huge component. I believe Texas Tech and SBC work hand in hand. I know they do, and it's important to the region, and that's why we're pleased to tell you about all the cool stuff they do at SBC. So check out the Facebook page, the website, and everything else. All right, let's get it in tonight. Let's go Tech softball live, 1-0, top of the third. Texas Tech leading. Nigeri Kennedy on the mound. They got the run in the first inning. And if you got baseball thoughts, I want to hear those. If we didn't get to you last night, it will be, I don't think it'll take very long for Texas Tech. Whatever changes are going to be made in the baseball program, I think we're talking not months, we're talking weeks. Maybe not month. I mean, like within a month that you're going to make changes, because you have to make changes now in order to get the assistance. If you want to make changes on the assistance and whatever you want to do, anything that would be announced, I think would come very quickly. Yankee sweep, Yankee sweep. What was it, 1-0? I didn't even see the final. The Rangers were struggling with runners in scoring position. Robert is our Yankees fan around here. We don't hate him because of that. We wish him love, and we hope that he will see the light someday and embrace anything other than the Yankees. And I believe he's a Notre Dame fan. So it's going to be hard to get into heaven, but not impossible. Not impossible. That's the good thing there. James jumping in. Thumbs up. By the way, everybody who's watching, whether you are on our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, like Robert. Robert, I know he hits thumbs up and he shares it and he does everything else on YouTube. We're trying to grow that, trying to get above that magical 500 mark. Or you're on Facebook like James, giving us thumbs up right there. And I assume when he gives us thumbs up, he means everything you say, fantastic. Let's dip back in. Top of the third. No outs. If I'm seeing the update correctly, we're watching Tech softball together. We can do that. We can keep each other up to date. But a big run in the first inning for the Red Raiders, and the early go for the Red Raiders against Danley was swing early, swing often. 7 swings on the first 8 pitches, and going after the Florida State pitcher. So that's good, right? Jeff jumps in on that Facebook. Geez. I'm looking right at it. It doesn't look like, well, I mean, the Facebook page icon is above it, but yeah, on YouTube. Men's Hoop seems to be taking care of that whole strength of schedule argument. You got LSU in the mix for next year. Solid SEC program, obviously. Feels like we played SMU like 10 times back 7 or 8 years ago. And then working on a deal, I don't know that it's finalized, with Duke at Madison Square Garden. And I can't remember whether that was 18 or 19 that Texas Tech played up there at the Garden. I hate the fact we can't get a lot of these home-and-home things done. I wish we could do that. But the trend in college basketball right now is go to neutral sites, play the high-profile games at neutral sites, and nobody does a home-and-home. The big dogs are scared of going to the medium dogs. The medium dogs would love to have the big dogs come to their place, but nobody seems to be able to get it together and say, hey, wouldn't it be awesome if we played more of these big games on campus with the students, with the fans, because that's what we love. But in the non-conference aspect, we just keep doing what we're doing, right? You know? James says, aggressive bats lead to good things. Unless you're down on South Congress in Austin, then aggressive bats lead to rabies. Chicago Bulls 90s dynasty, underrated. They could have won more if Michael Jordan didn't play baseball. All right, so there are 2 different dynasties. And Michael, I'm not sure your actual age. You could be 70, you could be 40. The first Bulls run before Michael Jordan got suspended by the NBA for gambling and pretended to go play baseball for the White Sox and Jerry Reinsdorf. That first Bulls run, 3, dynasty. Second Bulls run when he comes back, a second dynasty. I think they're rated right. Neither Bulls team, first 3, second 3, would have won a single championship in the 1980s against the Lakers, the Celtics, or the 76ers. They wouldn't have won. But as things progressed into the 90s, they were able to get that done. I don't know if we can call the Detroit Pistons in the late 80s a dynasty. You got to win maybe more than 2. What's a dynasty? 2, 3? You tell me. But the Bulls were always better than the Pistons, and they proved it. Duke was announced, and we did play them in 19. Could meet up with Purdue in the Bahamas. Purdue coach says we're playing there. All right, knock it out. Yeah. I didn't know if the Duke thing was official yet or not. I saw it all over this morning today, and you're like, all right, well, call me when we get there. Chris, the only thing that stopped the Bulls dynasty was Jerry Krause and Jordan's gambling. Indeed, Jordan's gambling. He was suspended. It was a de facto suspension. Go play for the White Sox. Minor League Baseball, Birmingham Barons. All right, here, weird brush with greatness. In 2001, I think it was 01 or 02, somebody can fact check me. Whatever year it was, either 01 or 02, the Lady Raiders played in the Sweet 16 in Birmingham, Alabama. The bus we were given to drive around Alabama by the NCAA or whatever was the team bus of the Birmingham Barons from a few years before that Michael Jordan had bought, retrofitted, all the seats turned around. It was an incredible bus, but he had all the seats set up so you could play multiple card games on the bus. Yeah. So we were on the Michael Jordan bus there for a week in Birmingham. I want to say 01, 02, I don't know. Somebody fact check me on that. I can't remember. The Chicago Blackhawks in the NHL 2010s dynasty, in my opinion, 3 cups, 7 years. Jeremy Roenick in the Blackhawks. Jimmy Johnson underrated dynasty. He gets 2 as the head coach. If you give him the Barry Switzer's win, that's 3. The Cowboys, I would take Jerry Jones out of it. And I would say the Cowboys, and really the Cowboys. Probably the last dynasty the way we knew it, 91 to 96, 91, 95, in the NFL pre-salary cap. After the salary cap, you get what you get. Packers for a couple of years, only won Super Bowl. Criminal, by the way, they only won 1 Super Bowl. The Broncos, Elway late in the career, they get 2, beating the Packers and the Falcons. And then we get into the New England Patriots in that era, you know. Jimmy Johnson, underrated NASCAR driver. Oh, was that what you were saying? Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking Cowboys. No, you spelled it right. You did everything right. How can it be underrated when you got 7? He can't be underrated. There's no way, Jimmy. I mean, soft-spoken, nice guy, shaved very well, had really good defined sideburns and everything else. I can't go underrated. I would say rated right. You know? Now, there are a lot of people in NASCAR that try to come up with every reason why he wasn't as good as Earnhardt, he wasn't as good as Petty, he wasn't as good as fill in the blank, Leadfoot, you name it. But I'm going to go rated right on the Jimmy Johnson NASCAR dynasty. And I don't know that we'll ever see, and we will, but in my lifetime, I don't know that we'll see anybody hang up 7. Don't think so. Jeff says the Patriots, overrated, underrated, rated right, dynasties in sports all time. Overrated just because of Tom Brady hate. I go back and forth on the Patriots. On one hand, I want to go underrated because everything was stacked against them to do what they did. The draft, the salary cap, every aspect of the NFL works against allowing you to amalgamate that many championships. And then we go, okay, and it lasted. It just kept going and going. It wasn't an encapsulated era of 4 or 5 years or 5 or 6 years, which is kind of what we got used to going back to the NFL. Cleveland Browns in the 50s, Packers in the 60s, in the 70s, the Steelers over the Cowboys, sadly, Niners in the 80s, and then you get to the Cowboys and Broncos and a little bit of this and that, and then you get the idea that that the Patriot thing just went on so long. It really, to me, I put it in a category almost all of its own and go, that's just stupid or ridiculous that they could do it that long. And now one of the architects is embarrassing himself on the sports stage seemingly daily there with Bill Belichick. And I don't know, are we seeing Bill Belichick giving away more credibility, more street cred, more likability every day at the end of his career than anybody I can think of not named O.J. Simpson? No, that's a little harsh. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to back that up. That was a little harsh. Texas Tech, Florida State. We're in the bottom of the third, 1 out. Nigeri Kennedy today on the mound. 2 1/3 innings of work, 0s across 3 strikeouts. facing 7 batters on 25 pitches. They win today. Tomorrow's game, well, win or lose today. Tomorrow's game is at 2 o'clock Central Time. And then Saturday night for the third game, it's the best 2 of 3 there at Florida State. Was watching earlier. I mean, I can pull it up right now on the screen and see what we're doing here. I'm going to hit that button, mess around with that. The facility there looks very nice. All that brick facing that you see down there behind home plate and everything, that's a Florida State thing. Be interested to know. I don't know what the capacity is there compared to, say, Texas Tech, but it's nice to see almost all the seats behind home plate filled up. I don't know what the problem is at Texas Tech, at Danlaw Field, and at Rocky Johnson of having massive amounts of empty seats behind home plate for games that are televised, meaningful or otherwise. Let people sit down there, and if the rich muckety mucks who paid for it don't show up, it don't matter. And if they do, just tap the guy on the shoulder and say, hey, rich dude showed up. He wants to sit in his seat. That's cool. Fine. We'll move over here. It should be a priority going forward for Texas Tech that every seat behind home plate at Danlaw Field and Rocky Johnson on all games are occupied at all times. I mean, even the Oscars uses seat fillers. These are people in tuxedos and whatever that they go sit down. If there's an empty seat, they go, you got to go sit over there. It's going to look crappy if nobody's there, So let's fix that. So 1-0, bottom of the third, Texas Tech in front. Tech Softball Live, we watch together tonight. Kramer was a seat filler once. And I was thinking of that when I was saying that story right there. If you have thoughts on Tech baseball, we'd love to hear them tonight. We heard a lot of them yesterday. Believe me, Tech softball in progress, underrated, right? All-time sports dynasties. The ones that you think don't get enough credit, the ones that you think get too much credit, the ones that are rated right. And then the Trump Commission, the Presidential Commission on College Sports, as we told you last week and maybe the week before, ain't going to happen. We don't want it to happen. It would be bad for Tech. It's one of the few times I disagree with Cody Campbell. It was put on pause today, and rightfully so, because we don't want Congress getting involved with college sports. I kind of like where we are right now. I don't know about you. If you're watching Nigel Kennedy right now, you kind of like where college sports is, don't you? If you like that transfer portal that you got for football, you kind of like it. If you like Tech basketball right now, you kind of like it. Don't be messing with this, Cody. Now, I understand, and I say that not flippantly, but yes, things need to change, but it doesn't need to change through the Congress. It needs to change through the colleges, and they need to embrace the NFL style, have a salary cap, collectively bargain, unionize the athletes. Let's go from there. It's not hard. The answer is right in front of you. It's like, the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy. Hey, you could go home anytime you want. Click the ruby slippers. Go home. Unionize, collectively bargain. Life is good. It's not hard. Hillary jumps in. Good to see you, by the way. She's a great Red Raider, Lady Raider. Tech baseball, is a coaching change necessary, or is a change in how they recruit needed? Seems like the staff is 2 or 3 years behind the times on recruiting. All good questions. We talked a lot about that last night. Everything and anything is on the table and should be on the table. And whatever Kirby Hocutt and Tim Tadlock agree to do going forward, I support. Do you need to make staff changes? I don't know, because these are the same guys who are identifying all the players that are in the big leagues right now. And there are more pitchers than hitters in the big leagues from Texas Tech over the last several years. What needs to happen? Reassess, reevaluate, recommit. More money, 100%. 100%. More money. You've got to spend more money on baseball. Facilities, You've got to upgrade facilities. I know they did the clubhouse, and I disagreed with the clubhouse, by the way, because it locked you into where Danlaw Field is now. So now if you redo Danlaw Field, you're going to be playing away from Danlaw for a year. Can't be done. Are they 2 or 3 years behind the times on recruiting? I don't think they are behind the times. I don't believe so. Did they miss on some players? Last year, I put it more on injuries. This year, not injuries. You had a bad team out there. You had a bad team that played bad baseball for the most part. So, Tim Tadlock gets a ton of slack from me, more so than anybody not named Wes Kitley at Texas Tech. Whatever he and Kirby Hocutt agree upon, I support. But changes need to be made. They'll be made. I think they'll occur fairly quickly, and I'm meaning days, weeks, not months, or whatever. You'll see some of that, whatever changes need to be made that they think need to be made. Now, if Kirby Hocutt and Tim Tadlock are not in alignment, then that's where we get to the idea of saying, okay, does Tim Tadlock need to continue on as head coach? Does he want to? Would he change? Would he decide to go elsewhere? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're fairly simpatico. I do. We'll see. Jeff jumps in on the YouTube channel. Ryan Heights, Raiderland. Everybody subscribe. Don't cost nothing. We're into the top of the fourth, by the way. 1-0 Texas Tech in front. Allred grounds out to first, unassisted, and that's the first out of the inning. Trump Commission. It'll be like the tariffs. The pause will come off when someone gripes again. Now, the Trump Commission, Trump goes down to Alabama. He speaks at commencement. He hangs out at Saban. People in his ear saying, we got to do stuff. Tommy Tuberville in his ear, we got to do stuff. This is messing it up. All right, we'll do a commission. Let's do a commission. Doesn't even think about it again. Doesn't care. All of a sudden, there's this news coming out. Cody Campbell, Nick Saban, commission, everything. And people are like, what? Huh? We're doing what? And then the powers that be, which be the SEC and the Big Ten, immediately lead on the Trump people saying, we don't need this right now. We've got litigation coming up. We don't want this out there. Just cool the engines. And Trump's like, that's fine. I don't care. I was just trying to help. Now, why was Cody Campbell involved? Cody Campbell is in good with the president. You like that as a Red Raider, and you should. That's a good thing. And he knows that what we're doing is unsustainable, even though I disagree with him that only Congress and the president can fix it. I think that will only make it worse and will only strengthen Tommy Tuberville and Nick Saban and the SEC and the Big Ten. It's one of the rare times I disagree with him. So, but we told you last week or whenever that thing wasn't going to happen. Chris, Tech has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of the NIL era. Yeah, look at Nigeria Kennedy. Watch it right now. Robert, for Green Bay to have 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, Green Bay is very much overrated. Overrated. Overrated on what? Green Bay was never a dynasty under Favre or Aaron Rodgers. They were underachievers. They sucked. I hated it. It was horrible. It's an abomination in the eyes of everything good on this planet that the Green Bay Packers could only win 1 Super Bowl with Brett Favre and 1 with goofy-ass Aaron Rodgers. Overrated? How can you be overrated when you sucked? Hillary, I agree with you about the money. Been MIA lately because I had a kindergartner graduate. Way to go. Throw that party. Throw that party. Chris says 2-0 Texas Tech now, and we look up and it's 2-0 as Johnson homering to center field on a 1-2 pitch. And the offensive onslaught in the postseason continues for Texas Tech. It started at the Big 12 tournament. It continued on in the regional last week. And now they are going to town in Tallahassee. Have I been to Tallahassee? Have I? No, I've never been to Tallahassee. I've never been to Tallahassee. Wow. You would have thought over the years I would have been to Tallahassee. You know? Ryan Hyatt, do you have any comments on Jim Irsay? Passed away yesterday, age 65, 66, owner of the Indianapolis Colts. He gave his heart and soul to the league, partied like hell. He had a lot of demons. He had a lot of addictions. And obviously, I think it probably cut it short his life. But man, he was out there honest. And the last thing he tweeted yesterday was "Go Pacers." And Indiana, did y'all see the comeback last night against Knicks without Reggie Miller? Did y'all see that? The stats involved on being down 9 points with a minute to go in a playoff game and a couple of other aspects of that. They were all like, in history, 0 for 194, 0 for 900, 0 for this. You got to be kidding me. So about Irsay, he was a flawed individual, but he was probably one of the most honest owners in the NFL. Probably one of the most down to earth. Whatever that you felt like you could relate to Jim Irsay. Much different than his dad and Bob Irsay, who moved the Colts out of Indianapolis. Well, we just said that. There was a home run. Yeah, I saw that. Knicks are going to Knicks in the playoffs. Playoffs? A lot of people had that thing going 7, and all of a sudden this morning, people are going, wow, after a collapse like that by the Knicks, the Reggie Miller choke to the Knicks, they could go quickly the other way to Indiana. Probably depends home court. Right now, the NBA, the officiating is pretty much home court dominant favorite, and they go from there. While all of that was going on, by the way, did anyone notice the Dallas Stars scored 5 goals in the third period? That if you had the Stars on the puck line, if you had the Stars going into the third and you had a -1.5, you're like, yeah, we're dead here. Oh, wait, hold on. What, we're winning? Oh, we did? We won? We won all that? Crazy. Right as I say that, Jeff jumps in. Speaking of comebacks, the Dallas North Stars pulled off a big one last night. I mean, that was just silly. What was it? 3 power play goals early on in the period, and then it was just kind of off after that, 5 goals in the third period. If the Stars would just go back to the deeper green color and not the Kelly green color, I would be so happy. I hate the Kelly green sweaters. I hate the colors that the Stars wear right now. A couple of more minutes left. Literally, a couple of more minutes left. Texas Softball Live, we're watching that. Over underrated, right? Sports Dynasties tonight. The Trump Sports Commission dead in the water, and that's a good thing for tech and a good thing for college sports. It'll all get straightened out. And then we really didn't talk about it tonight, but college football playoff going to straight seeding 1 through 12. No more, guaranteed by Power 4 type thing. I'm good with that. I'm fine. Get me to 16 teams. Get me to 16 teams, and we're good. That's all I want. 16 will be fine. I won't gripe anymore if you give me 16 teams. Nobody gets buys. We play home field. Chris, Kelly Green only belongs on the Eagles. And even then, I don't like the Kelly Green on the Eagles. I like the Eagles of the late 70s, early 80s. The Ron Jaworski, Harold Carmichael, Wilbert Montgomery Eagles that went to the Super Bowl in 1980. That little darker green. I like that. The Randall Cunningham green, they changed it up a little bit. I mean, those unis in the 70s, they had a lot going. They had stripes, they had everything. The Eagles went, go back and look at the Eagles' history of uniforms. From the late 60s, early 70s to the mid 70s, late 70s, They went from the most boring, it looked like our workout uniforms at J.T. Hutchinson Junior High in the early 80s, is what their gamers looked like. White helmet, somebody's grandma painting eagle wings on the helmet, and then green with a white number and white with a green number. That's it. You know? Yeah. Where were we going with that? I have no idea. Hillary, the best 16 teams, no doubt. Give me 16. I'm good. I think that's perfect for college football right now. Jeff, so what do you think of the Fenway green on the new Sock City Connect? I haven't even seen it. It sounds horrible. All of the City Connect jerseys, unis are dreck, are horrible. Again, an abomination in the eyes of the Lord and all things we hold sacred in baseball. Almost all the City Connect jerseys I don't get, I don't understand. So, yeah, they got a green wall out there. Well, hell, everybody's got a green wall. It had nothing to do with Boston. If they wanted to do a City Connect, they should have done something based off the bar at Cheers, right? You do that, right? God rest George Wendt. The Black Rangers uniforms are awful. Yeah, they're just really bad. But not every team has a back history. Not every team has a story. The Rangers don't. Oh, but they were the Washington Senators. Well, they were the Milwaukee Twins, and then they were that. No, yeah. Sometimes we try too hard, and we have really good uniforms that we could actually work with, and we get stuff like the City Connect things. I don't know. I do what I can. We had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. Thank you, Kevin McAlpin of McAlpin Chiropractic. Texas Tech, he's worked with high level, particularly track and field athletes over the last 25 years. Great Red Raider. Hey, this summer, if you need a chiropractor, call Kevin. Tell him we sent you. South Plains College doing all sorts of continuing education, everything. If you got a college age kid needing to take some summer school classes, maybe home for the summer or whatever, or maybe you just want to go take a cooking class, or you got kids, you want some of the summer fun camps they've got out there, check out South Plains College. All the communication brought to you by United Supermarkets, Market Street. They're the best. That's why we work with them. And one last check-in, top of the fifth, Texas Tech leading 2-0 over Florida State. They'll come back tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the afternoon for game 2. Win, lose, or otherwise. Doesn't matter. You're going to be back there tomorrow. All right, you guys are the best. We're going to put this on the website, theraiderland.com. If you want to do a couple of things for us, it's really easy. On YouTube, subscribe. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Subscribe, hit like, share it. Same thing on Facebook and on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. Then on the website tonight, theraiderland.com. We'll put that out there. You can share it on Facebook and other places and make people happy and let them know that there is life beyond I-35. And we care about you out here, and we'll get you taken care of in all the West Texas and Texas Tech stuff you need. All right. Be well, everybody. We'll see you in the morning at theraiderland.com.